Hello students, I welcome you once again to the e-learning sessions of automotive engineering. Myself Hardik Shah, and we are currently started a new chapter on the subject of automotive electricals and electronics. Fine. We have already discussed about the battery and basics of starting system. We have already discussed about the components of starting systems. Fine. So in this session, what we will do, we will discuss about the working of starting system, or you can say working of starter motor, that how it works. Fine. So without wasting much time, let's start our video. So how a starter motor works? That is the main question. Okay. So the starter motor is like any other electrical motor, but it is designed to work under the high electrical overloads and produces very high power. Okay. Due to this, the motor can operate for a short duration. High current is needed to operate it, that it generates the heat. Okay. Time is also required to dissipate this heat. Therefore, it is advisable that the motor should be given enough gaps between more than one starting attempts. Okay, you cannot continuously rotate it. So the motor has got field coils with a pole shoes, armature and the housing that encloses them. Apart from this, it has the brushes and bushings that make its operation efficient. The field coils and the pole shoe produces the strong stationary electromagnetic field as a current is passed through them. Okay, magnetic polarity, you can say N pole and S pole, depends upon the direction in which the current flows. The magnetic field produces are opposite in nature. Okay, so the armature is located between the drive and the end frames. Okay, it has the winding and the commutator mounted on the armature shaft. The winding is made up of the number of coils of a single loop each. Okay, these are insulated from each other and fits into the slots in the armature shaft. Fine. The commutator has heavy copper segments surrounding the shaft, but it is insulated from each other and the shaft. Okay. The armature is surrounded by the field coils also. So the current is supplied to the armature and it produces the magnetic field in each conductor. Okay. So the magnetic fields are also produced by the field coils. The reaction between these magnetic coils, or you can say these magnetic fields, causes the rotation of the armature. Okay, so the rotation is transferred to the crankshaft of the engine through armature shaft. Now this causes the cranking of the engine and the engine will start. Okay, so the current from the field coils to the armature is transferred through the brushes, and these brushes are held with the help of spring against the commutator. The brushes can be from 2 or 6 in numbers for smooth motion and operation, and it delivers the constant torque. And you can see that the starting system with all the components is given here. Okay, so the starting system in automobile, the field coils produces a stationary magnetic field. So the armature windings are placed in this stationary magnetic field and the current is passed through it. Okay, so a secondary magnetic field is also generated. The lines of forces of the stationary magnetic field move across the winding. They combine on one side and enhance the strength of the magnetic field. Okay, so on the other side, they are opposed and therefore weaken the magnetic field. Okay, so there is an imbalance, or you can say unbalanced magnetic force that causes push towards the weaker magnetic field. The armature winding are in the shape of the coils. Okay, so the current flows in and out in opposite directions. This makes the orientation of the magnetic forces in the opposite direction in each of the segment of the winding. Done. So when it is placed in stationary magnetic field, one part of armature winding is pushed in one direction and the other part in the opposite direction. Okay, so this causes the rotation of the armature winding, and the winding coil being mounted on the shaft causes the rotation of the shaft. Okay, you can see that in this figure also. Okay, so the starter motor, as the armature rotates through half revolution, the flow of the current is reversed due to the contact between the brush and commutator. Done. So a commutator segment is attached to each coil and it comes in a contact with the other brush, so it moves past the one brush. Okay. Thus the flow of current is maintained in one direction. The polarity of the segments of the rotating armature coil is reversed as it rotates. Okay, so it is essential that the torque rotating the crankshaft is constant, and to achieve this number of armature segments are kept large. Okay, so as one segment passes through the secondary magnetic field pole, another segment replaces it immediately. So the motor can be a series, shunt or compound type motor. Okay, the armature is connected in a series with a field coils and in parallel with the field coils in series and the shunt motors. Okay, in compound motors it is combination of series and parallel wiring. Okay, so you can understand that also. So the magnetic of the, or you can say the magnitude of the torque from the motor depends upon the current it draws. Okay, the motor draws higher current when runs slower. Okay, so as more torque is needed to crank the engine shaft, starting the motor, or you can say start the motor, it requires higher current. Okay, you can also understand why it is requiring a starter motor high current. Okay, now this was all about the working of starter motor. Now let's discuss how this starter motor drive works. So as we discussed, there is a gear inside the starter motor. There are two gears, one is bigger and one is smaller, and that is called pinion. Okay, so now let's discuss how this gear drive, or you can say starter drive, works. Okay, so the starter drive transfers the motion from the starter motor shaft to the crankshaft of the engine for starting the engine. Okay, it has got a pinion that matches with the flywheel mounted on the crankshaft. Okay, you can see this in figure also. The flywheel is provided with the teeth of mesh with a pinion. Okay, so the meshing of the pinion and the flywheel occurs prior to starting of the motor. Now this is done to avoid any damage to teeth either on the pinion or on the flywheel. An overrunning clutch is included to protect the starter motor after the engine has started and the crankshaft start rotating at speed higher than that of the starting the motor. The armature is disengaged from the flywheel with the help of overrunning clutch. Okay, so if not disengaged, the armature would rotate with very high speed, approximate at engine speed, and it can destroy the winding. So we must depart from the engine also. The overrun clutch has housing fixed on a armature shaft through the internal splines. The spring-loaded rollers are provided, and this wedges tightly against the pinion barrel when forced into the tapered slot. Okay, so the pinion and the clutch housings are locked together, and this causes the transfer of motion from armature shaft to the crankshaft. Done. So when the crankshaft speed goes beyond the armature speed, the rollers are released and pinion gear and armature shaft are unlocked, and so that it can come back to its main position. So what will happen? So at this stage, the pinion overruns the armature shaft until it is withdrawn by the starting drive linkage. Okay, so starting drive linkage also operates the overrun clutch. Okay, so the control circuit has a safety switch that is also known as a neutral safety switch that we have discussed in previous video. Okay, so it prevents the operating of the starting system when the transmission is in gear. Okay, different switches are used for the manual and automatic transmissions also. Okay, for manual transmission, it is an electrical switch located on the floor. You can say on the floor. Okay, it is operated and contacts are closed when the clutch pedals are placed. Okay, manual starter drive is also understood by this. Okay, so in automatic transmission, the switch can be electrical or mechanical. In electrical switch, the contact points are closed when the vehicle is in neutral position. The switch is located near the gear selector, your gear lever. Okay, the mechanical switch blocks the movement of the ignition key when the gears are engaged. So you can say that when it is in engaged position, you cannot start your vehicle. So when gear is in neutral, then only you can start the vehicle. Okay, so this was all about the starting system, or you can say gear drive and a working of the gear drive. So that was it in today's session. We have discussed about the how starter motor works, how starting drive works. In upcoming sessions, we will discuss more about the starting system. So thanks for watching my videos. Keep learning and goodbye.